Everybody's doing all right tonight. We've got a plan of sorts. We do have some light setups. So hopefully you guys can see everybody. Matt is here from Squatched in South Florida. Jimmy Barr. Forest Giants.
Yeah. Bigfoot.
Mikey. No channel.
No channel. Oh, yeah, I'm with
Forest Giants. Okay. My bad. My bad. Richard Farabee.
Bobby.
You live close, don't you, Richard?
About an hour and a half.
Came an hour and a half to be here with us.
Yeah, I jumped right on that.
And Mr. Mark Zasky, Crypto Reality, is here.
What's up, guys?
Hope everyone's doing all right.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, we're just gonna kind of be telling a few stories. We figured the game plan for tonight would be to just kind of chill. We've already had some meat burning and it's all out there, so we've got the aromas going, and we're just gonna see if we can get something to come to us. So, but in the meantime, figured we'd all either talk about something that happened to you, get your encounter or your experience, or just one you've heard or whatever. So we're trying to create a little bit of story time for you guys, and then obviously I'll try to keep up with the chat and answer questions. Can everybody hear us okay? We're trying to turn everything up here. John said it smells good from Ohio. All right. Hey, and thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. I know I haven't gotten back to anybody really. It's just there was a bunch of them, and I appreciate the birthday wishes, and thanks everybody for that. Marky Melanie got me a cake and had a cigarette lighter for a candle. Sang happy birthday and everything. It was awesome. So who wants to start? Come on, Mike. Get us kicked off here, man.
Everybody come to me.
What got you into this whole subject anyway?
Well, when I was younger, when I was living upstate New York, I was walking my dog, and we're on the Susquehanna River in Port Crane, New York. And I think I told the story once before, but me and my dog were walking. It was the same plan, same place we went every single day for over 2 years. Something landed in the water, and my dog alerted to it, came back to me, and for 2 years, and this was a very, very tough dog, and she would not go the same way she went every single day. She knew her walk. She didn't have to be on a leash. She would not go that direction again after that hit the water. I finally gave in. I said, okay, we'll go back the way we came. And she followed me, and that was so rare. As we were walking, and we were walking away, something else hit the water, and that time I didn't see what direction it came from. She picked up the pace, and my beloved dog left me there to hang. She
Really?
took off on me. Ever since then, it piqued my curiosity. I had a long time off, and then I started getting back into the subject. Found your channel, found a bunch of channels, Mark's, and I just started going from there. And then I contacted you for 168. And that's pretty much it.
Listen.
I just heard something too.
Owl.
Owl. Yep.
We have an owl.
Yep, we have an owl.
Yeah, Mark's got the thermal sitting there with him, and he's just kind of glassing around. We're trying to be as inconspicuous. I can't talk tonight. What?
Everybody just said they can't hear me.
Oh, they can't hear you, Mike?
I guess.
They said Mike needs a mic.
Oh, was it that low? Yeah, we don't have any microphones here. I don't know. What if I turn the phone off?
Everybody's gonna be like that then.
Oh, that sounded good to me.
That's all right.
For some reason, they couldn't hear Mike.
How many people
Can you
said
guys
that?
hear now? How's that?
Can you guys hear us now?
If I kind of hold the phone over there. Crazy cricket. Cricket's crazy.
Perfect.
Mike. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We'll just pass the phone around.
Oh, when you tell your stories? Yeah, that's cool. No, he means when you tell your story.
It's okay.
No, we just pull our chair up.
Yeah, we can do that. Get a little bit closer. Maybe I need to get a little
Oh, you
closer.
ain't gotta go to our birthday, boy. I'm coming. We'll
I got the kitty chair anyway. I'm almost sitting on the ground.
49.
I'm in here.
You can
Got a
barely
nice roast going here. 6-7 hours. Flip me over.
You wanna pull that back a little bit?
Yeah.
I can.
49 now. You can barely walk. We'll come to you.
Oh, we went there.
That's funny.
I think I may be the am I second, third, oldest, youngest here? Who's older?
I'm
I know
53.
Matt's a kid,
How old is Mark?
You're
Thanks.
53?
Thanks for that.
52. What are you, 30?
Mhm.
He's a kid.
I'm 53, so
Yeah, okay.
44.
We're a bunch of old guys anyway.
I'll be 50 in August.
What happened?
You froze on mine.
Okay, that's better.
It might just be your phone though.
Yeah, that's all it was. It's my phone.
What, you want to go?
Yeah, Mark.
Wait a minute, you have a Bigfoot?
I have one or two. I have one or two from this place. So in 2015, we decided to come back to this place. And this is where I saw the Bigfoot in 2013, in September of 2013. In the first month that we started to come in here to try to find something that, proved that this thing was in here, we were pulling down this road and there were 3 really large turkeys. I mean, over 25 pounds. And they were in the road right here at the mouth of where we're sitting. And as we were coming down the road, they started to move off towards the canal, and then they jumped and they started to fly. And we came down this sack past where they were and parked right here. And we turned the car and we parked right here. And I got out of the driver's side and I heard, and it was a man running off right here. And those sounds. And so I was like, did you just hear? Melanie heard it. So we were like, man. So we turned all the cameras on, shut the doors, and walked over the berm. And we didn't see anything. There was no one there. And there was a section of saw palmettos about 60 feet from where we're sitting right here. And they were about 6.5 to 7 feet tall. And Melanie and I approached the saw palmettos, and we were kind of cautious because I know what I heard, And so I went around one side of it, and Melanie stayed right here on the end, and I was like, just stay right there. And I started to move, and something, Melanie caught movement out of her peripheral in the bush when she was looking at me. Something had poked out and went back in, and then took off, screaming at the top of its lungs, and it ran that way, straight down through the palmettos that I was standing outside of, and it tore up everything as it ran through. It was on 2 legs. You could plainly feel and hear the thumping. It didn't seem that the trunks, that there's a tangle of trunks in these saw palmettos. It didn't seem that, like with the speed that it got away from us, that it had any trouble whatsoever jumping over those trunks, because it was in 5 seconds, it was like 100 yards away. But the screaming was still going on. And I heard that one other time, and another person was with me, a guy named Jack, and it did something very similar, screaming and screaming and screaming, running in circles, smashing trees, and then it took off screaming. And then a month ago when I was here with Carrie, I heard that for the 3rd time, and it to me, sounded like the same individual.
Wow. Somebody gave us
And
50
that
bucks.
spans, those 3 encounters span 7 years. This is year 7, and that first one happened in 2015. The next one happened in 2018, and this one just a month ago.
Thank you for that, Deborah Gilmore. That was awesome. 50 bucks. Yeah, well, when we pulled up out here that night, it was, what time? It was after dark. It was 8:30
It
probably.
was about 9 o'clock.
Close to 9 o'clock?
Yeah, I usually
Yeah.
try to be here at 9 o'clock.
And it's the classic I was not prepared situation, because I wasn't. As soon as I got out of the truck, my feet hit the ground and I heard ooh, 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 ooh. 4. I thought it might have been a frog. It wasn't that fast. It was more like, oh, 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 all the same, but it sounded, and it just stopped me. It was right there. I mean, just over the edge.
That's where I heard it in 2015.
Right.
Right. I mean, like, and I said that to Melanie. That person. There's a person right there.
Yeah.
You know.
The second night, when we came back the next night, that's when everything went nuts. We were walking down because we had the night vision then and the thermal.
That's right.
As soon as we left here, my alarm goes off. It's crazy. It does. You guys can watch that. It's on the.
But then we heard it. It did the same thing.
Oh, and hey, look. I dip snuff, so I spit once in a while, and I got this thing in my throat, so I clear my throat a lot. I know someone complained about that earlier on the last show, that they couldn't concentrate on the show because of all the spitting and throat clearing, and I'm just thinking, wow. All right. Sorry about that. Just one of those things. I can't. I can't help it. You know, if I don't spit, I'll drown. And I'm gonna quit. I am. I'm gonna quit using tobacco products. I am. But like out here, sorry. This. I don't know if y'all heard that.
That sounded like a child.
Yeah,
You
that's.
sound like a kid.
Did you guys hear that? Swallow it. Yeah.
There's a child whining and crying over there.
Yeah. There's a kid screaming in the woods. Did you guys hear that?
And if you knew the location, you'd know how weird that is.
Joe. Joseph Gallegos heard it. No, you guys didn't hear it. Troy heard it. Yeah, it was while I was talking. You should be able to hear it from the replay. That was loud.
Yeah, you're gonna rewind that. That's
So let's compare that to something else that could possibly be out here. Does a crane make that noise?
Nope.
not
Not
like
that I've ever heard.
Not that
I've never heard that noise
Not that
out
I've heard
here.
in Florida, no. Not a
We never
crane.
heard that out here before.
No, not in 7 years. That was a
Not
new
like
one.
it couldn't have been like
That's
a
a
store.
new.
or
That's a
something.
new one.
No.
You know,
I don't think I've seen one.
the
still
great
out here.
herons that are out
No.
here sound like pterodactyls. They all sound like that.
Yeah, mostly they're quiet at night though.
Yeah. of
Once
course.
the night hits,
Nothing.
they're chilling somewhere.
That
They'll
that's,
roost somewhere.
that was strange.
Could that
man.
possibly like
Sounded
be
like
the
a-
sound of a
sounded like a-
squirrel or a rabbit getting
Sounded like a
eaten?
little boy trying to be
Something
a
getting
black
eaten, maybe.
raven.
Sounded like something you hear in South America or something,
That's what I
in
thought
the
monkeys
jungle.
In South America was the closest
Sounds
thing.
like something you hear in a horror flick.
They got
Just say it.
Yeah.
bonobo
'Cause
monkeys
that's what
here.
it was. It scared me.
Panama Canal, man. When you go through the Panama Canal and you're in the lake and you're going across the country of Panama after you've locked up, there's an island on the right-hand side at this one point, and for miles deep, thousands and thousands. There has to be 100,000 monkeys in there.
The screaming monkeys.
And I'm just telling you, deafening monkeys, and you hear in between all the monkey screams a big cat, and all the monkeys go silent except for one, and he's screaming, and then it stops, and then all the monkeys start up again.
You want to hear it
It's
live
like one of
on
them
your
gets
live?
8, and they start up again, man.
You want to hear your scream?
Yeah, we'll listen back later. I didn't know you were doing it now.
I say I'm rewinding and you can hear it on here on
You-
your live.
Oh,
You
that's
can hear it.
awesome. Okay.
All right. Yeah,
When we were
Jimmy.
coming down the trail.
Thanks y'all so much for the birthday wishes.
Yeah, that was a
Jimmy played it back, and you can definitely hear it. So, you know what the minute mark is on it? I don't know if y'all heard that.
It's not an echo, sir.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, we heard it. Okay.
It's at
Interesting.
Like, 2:30. It's going backwards, so I don't know.
There's some weird stuff going on out here, man.
Yeah.
That doesn't even count the fact that all of us last night had RF signal super strong coming out of our heads, and then this morning when Carrie and I tested each other at the house, we had nothing. Now we get back out here tonight, and it's blasting out of my head again.
Yeah, that's interesting. You can
I don't know
take
what's
the,
going on.
and maybe someone can help answer this for us. We got a tri-field meter. And when you put it on RF, and it's there, the ambient is what, 0.2,
Yeah,
something like that.
0.3, somewhere in there.
You can put it up to your head, any one of us, and it goes what, I had one at 8 point something last night.
8.6.
6 and 8.
I don't know what that means. Or maybe somebody can tell us what this is. We did it at the house today and didn't get that.
Nothing, really.
So-
Baseline, 2 to 3.
What's the theory here? Are we being tagged,
And
radio tagged?
it's only at the temple, not in the back of the head, not in the front of the head.
Yours was mostly at the temple.
Both
wasn't
of
it?
them at the temple.
Yours too, Carrie. Yesterday was
At the temple.
8.6.
The strongest at the temple then. Yeah, weird stuff. So if anybody can explain that, why it does it here
Well, I mean,
and
we
not
sat
there.
there with the device on the tailgate. The device made no sound for minutes, and then suddenly, way just took off.
That's right. I got that on record.
And
I got
then
that
we started
recorded.
checking each other, and that's when we noticed that we had these high RF emitting from our person.
Yeah, I got that on film. I got it going back down because it started and I started recording it.
Well, we've gotten physical evidence since in the last 2 weeks because we've got a print casted palm. It looks like a palm. You know. Now we've got audio. I mean, there's definitely stuff going on. And like I said earlier today, when we were waiting for you guys to show up, me and Jimmy are walking back. He said he thought he heard somebody talking, and so we stopped. Didn't hear anything. So we started walking again, and that's when I heard very clearly it like a ho, 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 ho. And that was it. And I turned, and he hears me say, "Did you hear that? I heard that. Did you hear that?" But it was far away. It was a few hundred yards away. It wasn't close.
Sound like a chimp sound.
So we checked the audio. We didn't catch it on the audio.
Is that how you're describing it? Like a more of a chimpy kind of sound?
I mean, I could say it was primate,
Was it primate? Or
but it was soft and it was far.
Okay.
You know, but it was definitely something I've never heard out here. And we went back to see if we caught it, and we didn't catch it because the wind was just blowing so bad during the day. The wind was messing up the mic and everything. But you know, there's definitely stuff going on. We're hearing things. There's no doubt we're hearing things. Me and Mike heard that growl, and then when you guys were live last night, y'all had on the same side. That's where y'all said you saw the face. 2 weeks ago, me and Mike clearly heard a growl on the other side of that canal.
Well, here's one from today,
To
right?
the point we both
here's
walked
a
over there
story.
without saying anything.
Here's a story from today. Jimmy walks down the levee, right? And we all know he's on the levee, except I didn't know that. I thought he was in the bush. So I start filming Jimmy out in the palmettos. Only Jimmy's on the levee.
Yeah.
And whoever it was 3.5 to 4 feet above the palmettos. I got the trunk, the shoulders, and the head. So I don't know. I thought it was Jimmy. And then all of a sudden, Rich is telling me he's up on the levee, man.
And we said Jimmy's wearing
This
a blue
is
shirt.
15 degrees off of where Jimmy was on the levee. 15 degrees to the southeast from Jimmy's position.
Yeah, because it didn't make sense.
And Jimmy kept saying there's somebody right in front of me on the thing, and here I am, whoever it was, I'm staring at him through the thermal, and I was recording, so we will have footage of whatever it was.
Well, that's what didn't make sense to me because I'm sitting back here with the walkie-talkie talking to Jimmy, and Mark is giving me commands to tell Jimmy, move over to your right, move left, so I can see you moving. And so Jimmy's moving, and he's like,
He ain't moving.
He said, "Did you tell Jimmy what I told you to tell?" I said,
Because the guy wasn't
the
moving.
samurai his
The guy was
samurai
not
chant.
moving, man.
And then I walk over there. It's like, Mark, he's over here.
So I went like this to look for Jimmy, and when I looked back, dude was gone. I never saw Jimmy, but dude was gone. So I said, "Hey, Rich, did Jimmy just go in the bushes? Because he disappeared on me."
I said, "No, he never left the trail.
He was on the trail the whole damn time. So I don't know who I was filming, but they were big.
And
they
whatever
were
Jimmy
200
heard,
yards from us.
I appreciate
And they were
it.
big.
I was compared to it, something big.
Yeah, well, I just thought it was you, man.
I have been working out a little bit. So
oh yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Victoria's Secret. Happy birthday. Hope you have a fantastic trip. So glad you're back in the woods.
Right?
Yeah, I can't say how glad I am to be back in the woods. But we're here. We're doing it. And the whole idea for this is for us to just kind of sit around and talk. We said we'd do the live here. And we'll leave it going for you guys. But after a little while, then we're going to start hitting, just to give them some time to come in. And maybe they can hear me now, can understand every word I'm saying. If they can, then we might as well quit.
Yeah.
Let me say something.
Or if you're hearing
It was
stuff
to
in
the
your head.
point where whatever Jim heard, he took the time to radio back and ask if Kerry was doing his talking.
That's right,
Remember?
Jimmy. What happened there?
Well, I basically went out on the trail. While I was out on the trail, I wanted to go test my walkie-talkies out here because they're, what do they got, Carrie? A 37-mile range, allegedly?
Says 36.
Um,
Works about 36 feet, though.
But out here, they're just trash. Other places are good, and the experiment I wanted to see was how far away I could get to make these things work, and to know if I could get far enough away to be efficient with these out here. And I got 200 yards down, started losing signal from Richard. But as I was coming back, I heard in the palmettos, I heard it just sound like something went, whoa!
That's exactly what I heard when you heard it.
That's when I radioed back. I'm like, I just heard something in the palmettos, probably 150 feet in front of me, but they weren't the smaller palmettos. There's a group of bigger palmettos that's over there that are probably 8 feet at least. I just kind of hung out there for a minute or two, and then I took a few more steps, and then I heard what just sounded like rah, 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 rah. And then so that was like, okay, I just heard some kind of weird telegram. So I radioed back again. I just heard something. It's straight in front of me in the same area in the palmettos. And then I just waited there, and it did it again. It was like rah, 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 rah. And that's when I called back again. I'm like, I've got three vocalizations straight out here in front of me. And then the last time it was just a grunt. Ugh. And that's when.
The first time was very Terry Arnold-esque, though. When he does when you do your
It sounded like
talking, it sounded just like that.
But the second time, it sounded very Terry Arnold.
Right.
Because you asked,
the first
did Gary
time-
just do his thing? Yeah, man.
Yeah, because the first time it was like a whoa, just like a like a
a gruff.
yeah. And so that's why I was trying to figure out if, because everybody here knows that I can't hear things that are at a higher range because of the tinnitus I have. But low end, I
What?
don't have that. Huh? Sorry, what? low frequencies, I have. It's easier for me to hear. But that was a lower frequency stuff. I didn't struggle hearing that at all.
Well, cool. Matt, what have you been up to? Here, let's do this. Let's do it this way.
What have I been up to?
Yeah, you've been out with these guys several times, right?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. The first time we went was a little bit closer to home, but we got some really interesting audio that day. What was strange was the first time that I actually even met up with these guys, and Mikey had invited me out, and we just kind of started walking out in there down this one trail in this place called No Man's Land. It's right on either side of this place is like a little corridor that goes from where you can pull off on the road, which is conveniently just barricaded with like barbed wire fence on the top, and I can't tell you why they would need that there for but anyway, we're walking down there, and we pulled up on one spot. We started throwing apples all the way across, and I pulled out the parabolic dish and turned it on, and I could hear it was just like in the broad daylight. And there was there was swamp buggies going off in the background, people shooting guns because it was hunting season still.
It sounded like they were running dragsters back
Yeah.
then, actually.
Yep.
Bunch of monster trucks.
And I was like,
It was loud all day.
it was
No
just a
gunshots.
very wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it, and considering that you'd have to go across alligator infested waters or walk in over a barbed wire fence that's taller than most people, so it was really strange to hear that noise coming from that spot. And then come to find out, Mark's had encounters there, and they've also got other evidence too.
And the second time we went back to Boneyard was gone.
Oh, with the turkey?
Oh, that was the other location. I'm
No,
sorry.
yeah,
That
no.
was
Now, didn't you guys find some cow carcass?
the Boneyard, yeah.
The boneyard's what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay. When we went the last time I was here, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, we went to that place that got burned out, and we saw cows. But these cows were running, and there was nothing running them. It was like it was weird to see.
And they were running to the point where Mark actually thought that a truck was there.
A truck
remember?
chasing them. I thought
Yeah.
somebody was
And
chasing
nothing
a car.
ever came out.
Nothing came around there.
No. No, well, I mean, that's where we shot.
Well, it looked like ranchers were pushing them. That's kind of what it
Yeah,
looked like.
yeah. But I mean, that's where we shot countless videos, Brian and I, and then we were going in and we had cameras dying the whole time and all kinds of phenomena. And Brian was pulling giant tracks
Yeah,
out
that
of
was
there.
weird.
I mean, Brian was pulling tracks out of there like a month after he started going in, and really he just started looking for tracks. And the tracks that he's found in there are immense. I mean, he's got some smaller ones, but you know, they're 18 and over 18, you know. And I've been personally in there and dismissed impressions that were over 22 inches. Just thinking there's no way that could happen. You know what I mean? It's enormous to look at it. It sounds like 22 inches when you say it, but when it's on the ground in the shape of a foot in front of you, you know, I'm a researcher and I was having trouble accepting the freaking track, you know. It was like, man, you know, I know that like there's all these other impressions and this is what it looks like in here when something leaves a track. It's kind of a punch hole.
Mhm.
And it was way too on the money, and there was a couple of them going into this head, and I just remember thinking, I'm not even going to say anything, you know. So for us to come back like almost 4 years later and bring the team and then have all of this stuff go on that went on and capture what we caught on film, and then in the week between where we were supposed to go back to confirm our data on where we shot there, the authorities burned the entire area, and that area only was really, you know,
All the
for
spots
me,
that
it
we
was a
recorded the
disappointment,
week
obviously,
before.
you know.
Yeah, it wasn't only just the area; it was specific spots.
Specifically,
Like those bushes in the front.
The one that was
The one
very,
you crawled into.
the one that was specific was the one I crawled into.
yeah, man.
And
But the tree lines too.
but it was crazy because it's a huge palmetto grouping, and it looked like a cave. So I crawled in there on my hands and knees, and I went all the way through it, and you could fit a family of 5 in there.
And
I
I
mean,
was just going to say,
it was
and
opened up
vanished.
on the inside.
And vanished live in there.
And then and he's got it all on film and everything. We go back with Carrie and Mark and stuff, and it was only 2 weeks later maybe. That bush, that is burnt, but nothing around it. The grass isn't burnt,
Just
but that
bush.
bush is burnt.
Mhm.
That hedge of palmettos
Yeah,
is
what-
fried.
What would that benefit?
That's what I kept saying is, what was the purpose?
What
was
would
the
that
purpose?
benefit as far as fires? or
What I can
burning
tell
stuff
you is
back?
on this side of the equation,
Burning
we
7
had
bushes.
nailed down where they were constantly hanging out. And it was the exact areas that we filmed the week before, which was the exact areas that were burned.
Mhm.
Everybody here saw where we caught those on film because when we put the movies out, everybody had a selfie with one. In the end, whether you believe it was one or not, you got to understand that and know full well that it was the exact bushes you were standing in front of that got burned.
Yep.
And only those. And so that was the part that was kind of suspicious to me.
Well, this is what's suspicious to me, what I saw. Because anybody can say, well, it's just a prescribed burn. The thing is, it's just those places.
Yeah, those specific.
It's not like they cordoned off an area to burn. I mean,
If you
burning
looked at
is
the bushes
important.
they burned, how would that benefit a prescribed burn? You know what I mean? Like,
For the
if you
pla-
looked at
yes.
the specific spots they burned, how
Right.
would that benefit what they were trying to accomplish if that was a
Absolutely.
prescribed burn?
Maybe they're watching and they'll fill us in.
They have to be. They have to be watching because after 168, every location that we went to on 168, every location we went to where we had activity, where we had sightings, where we had prints, where we saw stuff and got evidence, the very next week, every location,
Mm-hmm.
and there was 5 different locations.
And starting the week after the first one, it was only a week after that the first one got burnt, and then it
So
progressed from
it's
there.
it's nice to know and be able to like at least sit with people who recognize the patterns that are going on that are tied to crypto reality and the shit that we're doing. Because in the end, man, what's been going on is completely unfair, and it's almost like we've been wrestling against a giant for 7 years that has total control over everything that goes on in these areas. And so no matter what you iron out, and you can iron this species out where they're going to be by doing just what we're doing. And Carrie and I have been working on this, but in looking at what's going on, there's a frustration to this where you go and you do what you think is the right thing, and you put all this work in, and you give all this time and you put all this effort in, and you really are trying hard to get this nailed down, and 2 days before the shoot, they literally burned to the ground after 4 months of work. 4 months of work, man, and that's not just me. That's other researchers putting time in, boots on the ground. So for us, it's devastating because it's not the easiest thing to iron out in the first place. You know what I mean?
What was one of the most interesting things for me was that I was completely outside. Like most of these guys already kind of knew each other, and I think it was right after I had Mark on my show was when they invited me to go out that first time. And the first time I ever actually met Mark in person, I believe it was our first like 3 or 4 conversations we ever had on the phone. We had to hang up the first time and then call back again because it was either his voice or my voice on either end was all like garbled and like almost like telegraphed or some in some sort of way.
It was like a bunch of phone calls.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then we started going out in the field with each other, and I'm having analog cameras, which if you don't know what that is, it's a camera with film. It's just, yeah, it has a little tiny battery in it, you put it in and it's got film. And I went to go take a picture of a print, and suddenly the entire roll, it was like the entire roll blew up. Couldn't use the camera anymore. I had specifically brought it out there for that reason, and it was like it just wouldn't work. I watched Mark's. When we first, yep, yeah. That I just don't understand. All the film is black. Every single individual piece of film is all black.
It got exposed.
Yep, it was just blown up. I can't explain it.
X-ray, radiation.
Craziest part about that story is you have an analog camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Electronic.
I just don't. It was really weird.
Him and General
Well, look, it doesn't take a whole lot of brain cells to rub together to realize that
some sort of radiation.
well that there's something out here, and that would be a lot easier for us to prove there's something out here if there wasn't something active going on to keep it hidden.
Stopping us.
It's pretty obvious that they do not, and that's what worries me. How far will they go? How far will they go to keep us from getting what we're after? And I'm sure they are watching, and maybe they'll let us know.
How do we know? Is one of us going to start getting sick soon?
It sounds very conspiracy theory. I know it does. But when you know what's out there and the way these people act, when they pull you over, Mark, 3 times in one day they pulled you over?
Yeah.
Mark's out there
Twice in one night by the same officer, and the second time she acted like she didn't even know me or pull me over 10 minutes before. Asked me for my license and registration twice in one night.
They know. The young guy from 168, he almost gave it away.
Yeah.
It was he almost said
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah.
And I wish I'd have been filming.
It's interesting because he did rather easily admit the phenomenon about that he's seeing, lights and there's no craft and all this weird flashes and there's nothing there. And
Well, didn't he tell you,
he had
Jim?
no trouble talking about phenomenon, but the Bigfoot thing, he almost messed up on that, didn't he?
Yeah, it was like on the tip of his tongue
Oh.
to come out. But what was everybody's trying to keep? What was funny is when I walked up, I just
Something
blurted
just
it out. Sasquatch, I don't
Right
care.
on the phone.
Something just
Huh?
landed in the
I got
water.
right on the
guys.
phone.
Kerry,
What?
something
Something
just
just
landed
landed in the water again.
The thing about that though is it could be a fish hitting the
Could be
top
anything.
water.
Could be
You know.
gator.
Huh?
There was a gator here last Friday over there. About a 3.5
There was?
footer. Yeah.
Oh, a
3.5 footer.
3-footer?
Yeah.
We used to catch
Yeah,
those with our
besides,
hands.
if big boy throws something, man, it's gonna hit like a body.
We
Yeah.
need 2 more grills for that.
Out here with these guys.
You're out here in the body spot too, by the way.
Nobody's
with
playing
these guys.
banjos.
Right?
Well, I want to talk about hogs. Okay, there are hogs out here. We've seen the damage that they've done.
I videotaped one when we left last night.
Did you?
On the last road out. Yeah, he was a big sucker too. I
I've
got
seen
him
a
on
whole
video.
family coming
I
in
almost hit a
today.
deer on the way out, right in
I
front of
seen
you guys.
3 of them on the left-hand side.
The thing ran in front of my car, stayed in front of me, and then went off.
Look, I hunted hogs my entire life, as long as I hunted, which was almost 30 years. I know the sounds they make. I know what their footprints look like. The difference between a hog and a deer. If you don't really know, it's hard to tell. And the things that, even though we know there are hogs out here, like that first night we heard.
There's a hoss 200 pounds on the trail yesterday. I tracked him. Behind him. Hog tracks like that.
Thank you, Head Carter. Come on. I'm not with my phone. We appreciate that very much. I've heard hogs, and when I first heard it, that's the first thing I could think of. That's a hog.
The screaming.
Yeah, the screaming. But then it continued,
It went on.
and it's going back and forth. We'd hear it over here, and it would run maybe, who knows, 100 yards over this way. But it was out there, a good 60, 70 yards, or further. Who the hell knows? We couldn't tell how far away it was.
Lung
But that was not hog.
Lung capacity
Well,
alone. There's no hog doing that.
When you hear that, just aggravated, it's what it sounded like, an aggravated dude. And Mark, you labeled him the path or something, right?
Emotionally
mentally
disturbed.
defective, man. Emotionally disturbed. Yeah, man.
He's
That's
defective.
the one that likes me too.
Well, I'll tell you guys what we did get. Mark and I, the first night out here, Melanie's in the truck, and we were sitting here, and Mark's in the chair looking to the, was that the northwest or whatever, northeast?
Southeast.
Southeast, okay. That's how I am with direction out here. Mark's looking southeast and he says, I see something there. When you look back on a thermal, it looks like, you can see he's behind the bushes. And when you guys see it, there's gonna be no doubt what you're looking at. And I mean, he was 10 feet?
From you.
10 feet from me.
30 from me.
Yeah. And we're going to show you, you guys are going to get to see all that stuff. But there's something strange about it that I'm not going to give away right here about the thermal signature. But you can tell, you know, you see the bush in front of him and there's a little bit of, you know, heat left on the leaves, and then he's right behind it, and it's just, you see the guy's eyeball. I mean, and that kind of creeped me out and freaked me out a little bit, that he was that close and we didn't know it, and we're sitting here with thermals, and Mark's sitting here telling me he sees something. But when we look back at it, yeah, that might be him.
That might be him. Mr.
Yeah.
Emotional Entanglement.
Got him popping up over here yesterday behind us, a couple of heat signatures. I mean,
The point I started praying.
We're working on it.
yeah, we're working on it.
Oh my
It's
God. Oh my God.
We need to get him running, screaming with his hands in the air like a maniac. And all that. We
Yeah.
did that.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. You're like, good, I seen it.
look, yeah, look, I'm not beyond chasing after him.
We
If it
tried
comes,
last night.
if it comes down to that,
As I told you,
I'll
the
do
other
it.
day, I don't mind having a sighting, or I don't mind whatever, but I'm still gonna give them their range. I'm not gonna do anything to piss them off.
I hear you.
I'm going in for a fistful of sack hair, and then I'm gonna blow my rape whistle. That's what's gonna happen.
It's great.
Thunder.
The guy that couldn't
It's
hear
a jet.
wants to use the rape whistle. That's great.
Jimmy and his rape whistle.
With the thermometer on it.
Yeah,
It's concerning, I gotta be honest with you.
actually got a compass on it, and then there's a magnifying glass that comes out the middle.
You're gonna take one from the inside,
Compass?
huh?
Yeah,
Compass on the thermometer. Okay.
thermometer on one side, compass on the other, and then a magnifying glass comes out the other side.
Texas Jack says something here. You think they're using mud to fool the thermals, and then I see Texas Jack said, Spooky Pizza doesn't work in real life. Body heat heats up the mud and still shows up on thermal. Now, I'll say this, Jack, these things have hair. And if they're able to keep that mud away from their body, what if they're able to control their body temperature?
Along with Kate.
What if they have something they're putting on to keep their heat signature down? Or if they can control their own metabolism. Okay, if you control your own metabolic rate, your 21 amino acids in your body produced by your thyroid helps you control different things in your body, right? Your immune system, it all runs off of it. Your hypothalamus, which controls your body temperature. What if these things can do that? What if it's just autonomic? I mean, we mentioned this last night. You're talking about something that can live anywhere on this planet. In the cold, in the heat.
That we basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they're designed for this place, and we're not. So what if, big what if, they are putting, it seems like that's the case. They're putting something on to either keep them cool, or if it's
Keep
mud,
the bugs
or
off of them.
yeah, keep the bugs off. That would definitely do it. But
And you said last night, we need houses, they don't.
the
We
thing
started
is,
off without houses, but man, we invented them real quick.
yeah, they don't have to cook their food. I mean, apparently.
Mhm.
But we've also gotten serious BTU thermal hits out here at distance. I mean, big, bright thermal hits. So it's kind of, that's the perplexing thing is, and maybe that's just because they exerted themselves and, you know, heated up, and who knows. If the teledi is right, if you follow the Miller documents at all, I mean, that's reptilian. That's what he said. Hybrid. Reptilian, Homo, reptilian. That's scary.
Yeah, because it
I'm
could
sorry.
be cold-blooded, is what he meant.
Right.
Could be anything.
If that's the case,
But-
that would make sense why people see him in the Himalayas all the way to the Florida swamp.
Can they regulate their own body temperature? Even if it's
Same amount of hair.
even if it's autonomic, something that just happens, that they're not controlling themselves.
Yeah.
But it's just a thought. It's an interest, and I quit doing this stuff a long time ago.
Well,
Quit
it's a
worrying.
simple thing like a possum. A possum doesn't get rabies because his body temp is too low.
Is that right?
Yep, they don't get rabies,
There's still a lot of different stuff.
and it's all because their body temperature is entirely too low.
Was this one of those useless facts on a Yoo-hoo cap?
Yeah, but that's a small little animal that evidently has that ability. You know,
I like them because they eat ticks.
they do eat ticks.
I'm pretty sure that something that runs around and it's barefoot and it's been seen in the Himalayas like that is cold-blooded. It's the only way it could survive. There's no way in hell it's going to survive off regular BTUs like a gorilla or something like that. Man, this thing is doing something.
But the
It's
same
like
animal.
below zero, man. It's barefoot. Like, come on, man. You know,
The
this thing
same
has to
that
have
same
something
animal,
special
though.
going on with its metabolism. There's no way.
That
Yeah,
same
well-
animal in the Himalayas has all that hair for warmth and all of that stuff. If evolution had anything to do with it, why do the ones in Florida have a certain amount of hair and are covered up in
These
90,
are all really
90
interesting
100 degree
questions,
weather?
you know? I think they're real interesting questions. I look
Right.
at the thermal thing that we've got going on now, and I always say the same thing, man. Until we have enough data where we can look at it and say this question has to absolutely be answered, we're kind of, you know, pontificating, like you said. But at the same time, we're starting to get data that is very suggestive that some of these guys may not show as bright as other ones. Whether, like, it's what you said, this guy just ran down here because we were playing the Sierra sounds and he thought he was going to get lucky with some female. I don't know. I just know he was glowing, and the one that was in the bush seemed as though it had a less bright heat signature, and then the hairline appeared to cut it off almost. And it was a very contrasting heat signature between what was on the head and what was on the face. And so, you know, in looking at that, I need more data before I can say anything, you know. So we're going to try to do it again and again and again and again. And that's how we do this, you know.
Well, when you guys see it, you'll understand what we're talking about, because you see this guy's apex and shoulder and perfectly framed face, and this just ape-looking dude there watching us. It was just the creepiest thing. When Mark showed it back to me, it was pretty disconcerting. I mean,
It is, isn't it? And
And-
I'm glad you said what you said. I said, take a right, man, take a right. And you're like, I did, and I ain't going no further. You know, I was like, okay. And he was 10 feet from you when you said that, you know?
well, I know was it last night, me and Mike were standing behind my truck, and I know I smelled that smell. I know I did.
It has to be close.
Because I asked Mikey, I said, you smell a zoo? And then he didn't, but walked up and smelled it. He caught the same thing I did.
Yeah, dude, they got to be
It
close
says
for
like
that.
an elephant.
Gotta be, yeah, you'd think they had to be close for that.
Be close for that.
But it was fleeting. It was just a whiff for a second. It was not cow pasture.
Yeah,
We'd be smelling that all the time.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
Besides, did we hear cows earlier?
Mm-hmm.
a few here and there.
In the
There's
way,
3
and
bulls over there. You can see them.
Okay. for 3 nights. This is the first 2 nights there were no cows, none. So they may have been in another pasture being brought over. That's probably what happened there. But oh look, that's the moon you guys see. I understand. So there is a little bit of moonlight out.
Yeah, remind me. I want to check and see if that Odyssey is still out there.
Do you think they sense heat like a reptile? Because maybe that's why they open their mouth. You know what? Yeah, look, it's all as good an answer as any, really. I mean, that's all we can do is sit here and speculate all night long about what they are. And really, I just want to catch one on film. You know, better. Mark and Melanie, and you know, I've caught them on film out here. Pretty sure I got one yesterday. Looking right at him.
I'm saying it. Yeah.
I hope I did. CW Field needs to be exposed.
We are going to go over that with a fine-tooth comb, all of it.
I think it's WC Field.
Is it?
Yeah.
WC Field.
Yeah.
That's right.
Jimmy Durante, you know, that
right.
that kind of nose.
That's the gin. I've had too much gin for 44 years.
But you know, there does seem like there's a style or a type or a particular bone structure where that nose is almost directly between the eyes and it's poking straight out. Green face, that boar chart guy is doing that. The gray face in the same spot 2 days later with no sun. I think it's the same one because it's that same nose.
Yeah, man.
And you can see, he put a red circle on it, but I mean, you didn't really need that. You can see the thing clearly. That was in the exact same spot 2 days later, but there was no sun. So you could see the gray. In the sun, it was just as green as the bushes, but you could still see his apex, his outline, his shoulder, everything. To me, it's one of the clearest pictures we got.
It's great, man.
Yeah.
Two pictures of the same creature?
Yeah.
In different spots?
In different spots, yeah. No, in the same spot.
Right, but different
days.
Different days. Oh.
Yeah, and different lighting. Right. And then you've got one around the Got Truth that's across the canal sticking out with that same nose. Okay, now you've got the one that I filmed, gray face, the very first one that I filmed on accident. And I've got pictures of all this stuff. You guys hit me on Messenger, I'll send them to you. And then you've got red, LeBron,
That's right.
just because of the way he's built,
Yeah.
not for any other reason. But it's the very aboriginal looking, and you can see it's gray. He's got red hair.
Yep.
But you can see the one with the shoulder muscle and bicep and all that. I mean, that's not the bushes. You know? I
What do we
mean,
got?
dang.
We got Red, LeBron, Scottie
Monkey
Pippen,
Boy.
We got Monkey Boy. We got Alice Cooper. We got,
Jack
I call
Nicholson.
one Wilma.
Yeah. Jack Napier.
Haven't met Fred yet, but.
Jack Napier. That's the one with the white face and that purple lips, man. He's got purple lips on him.
Big Ugly. Got Big Ugly. Yeah, I got 2 good images.
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner. That's a confirmed shot there.
I got some good pictures of Big Ugly from back in the day on my phone.
That's old Banana Head.
Yeah, Banana Head. And did you ever find that clip?
We get it as soon as we get home.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah.
The clip I'm to is Melanie doing a segment with Mark. And this was in Area 4, right?
Yeah, there was something going on in the bushes behind us, and so I was like, let's do it. We have a thing where if there's something going on, I just do a thing where it's behind me kind of thing or something, and I give my back to it, and Melanie puts me on the side of the frame and films the bushes behind us. And I talk, and we act like we're doing something, and she's filming the whole time, and these things are right there. And we're getting away with it for a while, but that's one of those instances where it actually worked really well. And the individual stands up, and you can see it as he comes up and looks, and it just looks like, I don't know, man, a monster.
Do you think they got wise to it? Is why it wasn't working anymore? Or you think they learned it?
I don't think that it doesn't work, because I still do the same thing with you guys. When we go in the field and I'm sending you pictures with you in the foreground. When I get you in the foreground, if you ever come behind me and look, you'll see all my guys are on the side, and I'm shooting the bushes, you know. So I'm like, hey, this is a good spot for an interview, you know. And there's stuff moving around in the bushes, you know. And it's most of the time, to me, what I see is like a blob, a green blob. And I just learned that over time, you know, at a distance, my vision sees them that way. It's like a blob, you know. And then sometimes, if they turn the right way and the sun's at my back, it'll hit their faces, and they're like pretty much the only thing that looks reflective in there. And so they got that really, even if it's a black-skinned individual, it seems like their face is pulled so tight over the bones. It's so shiny. It's like, you know, they probably obviously don't use chemicals, so there's some oil and stuff, but you know, it's really easy to spot them in the forest for me now because they're reflective. And so I'm looking for this, and everywhere I go, you know, and I've been trying to pass it on to Carrie because we're working together now. Yesterday he comes up, sets up the R6 right here behind us, and I think it was 15 minutes or something, and we hear him yelling off in the distance or something, and he's like, I think I got one, and it was like, I don't even, you know, it was like pretty quick, man.
Well, I didn't yell like that.
I thought I heard you yell because we were.
No, I was yelling for y'all to come over.
Oh, okay, because I was in the.
Yeah.
We were coming back from the hike, so I heard you from a distance, and I was like.
Yeah, I didn't yell out. I think I got one. I didn't say.
Okay. Okay. I'm like, I heard some yelling. I'm like, he's got it or something, you know. But
well, but
it's
back to
exciting, though,
back
you
to
know?
Big Ugly. Okay, what I was getting at is this is up there with the blinker. To me, it's better than the blinker because when this guy stands up, you see him stand up, and this face.
Yeah, man,
It is one of the clearest
it's
shots
scary.
you'll ever see. I don't know why it's not considered proof, honestly. That is at least proof that it's a guy in a mask, and then, you know, that someone, not proof of that, but that someone would accuse of that, but hardly anyone has seen it. You guys are going to see it in the film because Mark's gonna find it, give it to me. I'm going to put it in there. When you see it, it'll give you chills,
Mark
as it
did some
did
crazy
me.
stuff.
You can see the hair on his head where it curls over.
There's
Yeah,
two
banana
videos-
head.
2 videos that I watched of Mark that I walked away scratching my head, going, what the heck. One was he's driving in a truck. You can tell he's moderately speed, 25, 30 miles per hour, let's say. He's cruising down the road. He's driving, talking, and somebody else is filming. Well, as they're filming him, you can see out the window of the truck. And you can see, you slowed it down and showed it, this thing is running in the trees.
Yep.
Paralleling the truck without problem. And you see, if you watch it and slow it down, you see the hair flowing. It's moving. And then what made me think of that video was that same time where Matt and all of us, we were all out there at that one location. Me and Mike heard that, and Mike was 200 yards to my left. Mike heard it and I heard it, and we're probably 300-400 yards away from where we heard it across this field. Mike looks at me, I look at him, and we both went like this and pointed in that direction. So we knew we both heard it. Well, Mike decided he's going to walk all the way to that location. I didn't take my eyes off Mike the whole time, you know, because me and Mike come armed. So I'm like, if Mike needs assistance, I'm heading that way. So I'm watching Mike the whole time, blah, blah, blah. He checks things out, he comes back and all this. And it wasn't until we watched the footage, you see Mike in the frame, clear in the frame, and there's something brown just dart right past him. I mean, literally, how did Mike not see that? It's right, and he's facing it, walking in towards those trees. And this thing, clear as day, it's a brown streak, right in front of him.
It's lightning fast.
It is cartoonish fast.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And I'm like, I tried to message Mike. Mike, did you see that? Mike, did you? Dude, you need to go check out this footage, man. You know. And then when I saw Mike live, I was like, hey, Mike, how did you not see that, dude? It was amazing. This brown, whatever it was, just it's brief, it's fast, but right by him, you know. And it's big because you're 5'10", let's say, and it was your chest head level in the trees. You know what I mean? And so it's always that little footage.
Never saw it, never heard it.
Yeah, never heard it, nothing. But it came from the direction that we heard that, which we've heard.
That's what brought us over.
I don't know how many times we've heard that noise.
So that
Every-
spot, that's the temperature variation in that area.
You
That's
know?
the darkest, coolest spot
And this is before
in
the
that
burn.
area, and that's why my camera was
It was before the burn.
And this was
too.
before the burn.
Yeah, the
We-
burn, that's
this is
right.
when you came out, Carrie. 2 weeks later, that whole area was burnt. And that's exactly, because we took you to that exact spot. And that's where Mike was. Mike was standing right in front of this thing. Whatever it was, Mike was standing in front of this thing. And husband didn't see it. I didn't see it either, and I'm looking at I'm again 400 yards away, 300 yards away. I'm on the other side of that marsh area, and
We heard that from the bushes that were right over
Yes,
to the
we
right.
did.
spot
Same
he's
audio,
talking
yeah,
about?
same vocalization we heard.
The
Yep, and
exact
then me
spot
and-
he's
me and-
talking about, me and Matt went in.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
it's that same area, Kerry, where it had that. It's
Where
that
we
flat
walked in.
area
With
with that
the
one
turkey.
bush in the
Yeah,
middle.
Yeah,
Heard the
look, we need
frogs?
to get that to put that in. We've got
You-
Flyby Stu says, Kerry, have you got a parabolic out? Yes, the parabolic is out. Flat Rock, our buddy Flat Rock Booger says, I believe I have some pretty decent, or some pretty deceit, I think he means decent, facial and body shots, and I agree with Kerry. Ooh, call Linda, somebody agrees with me. Why isn't this good evidence of their existence? I get it. Look, think about this, okay? Here's what you have to consider, that there's something messing with equipment out here. Mark probably could have ended it, and you can't get the video off of the
The
card.
memory card's ruined.
I tried to turn this camera on that ran all night last night earlier and said file error or some kind of file error.
Jim's went from 90% to 20 in less than a minute.
The iPad went from 100% to 14% in 5 minutes that we got here. So this is what we're working against. An active campaign to keep devices from filming these things. It's
I got here
It's a
tonight,
damn
both
shame
my-
is
both
what it
my
is.
batteries for the IR camera immediately died.
You got here?
Yeah, yeah. Just look, I have it sitting here on a battery pack right now, trying to charge it.
Yeah, man.
Both of my batteries cut out immediately.
it's a
Second I
shame.
set it up.
But this is the thing. You hear something?
No.
Oh yeah.
Boy's gonna get his jaw broke.
Don't say that. You're not gonna hit nobody. Wink, wink, hint, hint. You're not gonna hit anybody.
That's the exact
It was,
direction the
it
ball
was
was.
over
Sounded
that
like a
direction.
howl to me.
Everybody started talking. I couldn't.
It was like this, right?
Now I'm doing like
It sounded like a howl,
Yeah.
It was a howl. Yeah.
but I couldn't get a clear.
I thought it was a howl.
I'm gonna
But it's
cut it
behind
here.
Kerry, whatever it is.
If you came here, stay 2 days, come out with us for 2 days, you will be convinced. And that's the thing you guys were talking about earlier with awareness and how important it was, because how many times had you gone through the woods and not noticed those voices?
way more than I've known about him.
Sure. And now you hear it because you have that awareness. You realize these things are out here talking. What else is it? You know, you can get to know all the wildlife in the area pretty easy. It wouldn't take you long if you were really into it. A couple years, you'd be familiar with everything. And you hear something like that. Now, if you're not aware, it's rationalized away.
It's an animal I don't know.
Yes, you've dismissed it. And to the point to where things are just weird and strange, and your understanding of exactly what's going on is seriously lacking. Okay, like I say all the time, it's a complicated equation until you add this thing. Then it all comes together.
And when
It
you have
all makes
people
sense.
actively trying to stop you from gaining information, it makes it even harder.
Well, this is the good thing about that, is that all the onus is on them.
Angela B says
Yes.
there's eye shine behind you.
That's the moon.
An orb.
Yeah, I don't think there's any eye shine behind me. I told those guys earlier I want to have my back to the truck. They made sure I had my back to the
I
woods.
stole the I don't think I want to. I took the rocket last time.
All right. Well, we're a whole hour in. I think if
We got 334 people.
yeah, 339 is what I'm showing.
So if they wanna,
So you guys want to start?
Lensing.
Yeah. Let's put some
Let me
attention
make a
on the
couple
woods.
of,
you're gonna still
let me
film.
make a couple
Yes.
of little.
Yeah, we'll stay live.
You want me to spotlight this area real quick?
Oh no. No lights.
Only. I got another thermal there.
You guys want to?
Yeah, let's get the other
No
thermal.
IR?
If you got any.
Okay, I actually have a
do
I have a binocular in the camera. Infrared.
These things are hard enough to see in the
Oh, infrared?
daytime. I don't think
I want to use a thermal.
You got a thermal?
No, I don't.
nothing projecting.
I'm gonna go.
There's
water
the other thermals in the truck.
Turns on this or
Oh, if it's packed away, don't
All right, here we go. think we may get Jimmy to open his lungs up for us tonight a little bit, maybe.
Oh, that's the blessing.
What?
What?
That's the blessing.
I knew he couldn't hear that. We got the parabolic's been going that way the whole time, so we're.
Yeah, the rocket went up. They call it space.
If there's anything around, maybe we'll get some interaction.
Let me know if you want any call blasting stuff. I got it.
Okay. I don't think we're gonna call blast, but
Okay.
if you want to do
Sure.
a Jimmy yell,
Definitely let me know.
Beautiful singing voice.
man, why is it so dark?
But that's where we heard the thing hit the water.
Probably because of this light, I think. It looks a lot darker than it's been. Look, if you guys are asking questions, I just haven't been following the chat, but I'll start paying a little bit more attention while these guys are doing this. Oh, really?
If y'all got thermal and infrared, if you want to take a walk, I'll walk with you and we'll go down this trail.
Yeah, we're kind of working on that, Troy. We had.
You guys are gonna do. Might be cool to do infrared from one direction. Is there any way anybody would want to drive down and come this way along the levee on the inside of the ditch with the infrared pushing anything this way?
I'm more likely to just walk that trail down to the Four Corners and back.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, what I was thinking was we were gonna lens out first down there after we did this prairie here because we want to take Carrie in over there. Carrie's never been in over there at night, and I'm taking him tonight. So
Where?
Four Corners.
we're going over to thermal in 2019.
Okay.
Woods. Yeah.
Well, I know there was something I said I was gonna do, which was a solo. So,
Oh, that's a great spot to do it.
well, I was just gonna like walk up the road here while I had my 300 and something friends with me,
Okay.
and just see if we can get some kind of something happening.
All right. Well, then why don't we do this then? Why don't we do this? Let's do stuff around here. So, go ahead. We're gonna let go of this. And just do what we're doing here and then focus our efforts on the inside. So if you want to use your equipment and stuff in the prairie here and lens it out, do it up, man. Infrared, all of it.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna.
when we go back there tonight, no flashlights and thermals only,
Yeah.
okay? No flashlights, thermals
I
only.
mean, I'll just set up my IR camera, just pointing right here.
Cool. Hook it up. All right, I'm going solo.
Are you gonna go solo?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with you and lens out.
You got your piece.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. It's something I said I wanted to do. That I was gonna do it. I know you guys can't see me anymore, but I'm walking up this road alone with no gun. So maybe we can hear something. I'll try not to talk too much, too loud. But maybe we can have some kind of experience. Yeah, we did. We cooked bacon. We cooked chicken wings. I mean, I burned it all, but I took and kind of tossed it in the bushes, get the aromas going around. That was way earlier. I'm starting to think this is not a very good idea. Okay, that was something right there. Thank you, Tracy. I am about 150 yards from those guys. Oh, maybe 100. I think I have lost my mind. Okay. I just heard something right here to my right. I mean, it could be anything, but it didn't sound small. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the woods at night alone and not a thought of anything bad. Not one. This is so, I don't know what it is. It's experiencing something first that isn't supposed to be out here. It's not supposed to exist at all. And I think that's the real thing. It's the programming. It's the way we're programmed. Television, movies, Sasquatch is a parody. It's not real. And that's wrong. Uh-oh. That was something. I mean, you guys have been watching this for what? Some of you guys have been watching this for 4 years, okay? $4 that I've spent many thousands of dollars, a ton of time. That's not something a rational person would do that didn't truly believe these creatures exist. Of course, it's not a belief. Really, I guess. Holy shit. Okay, I'm backing up. I don't know if you guys heard that. A big crunch. I mean, like somebody. It's right there. Okay, I'm going back. Holy shit. That scared me. That was a big crunch. Like somebody stepping on dead palm fronds. Yeah, that's a good signal for me to head back. Yeah, I've got no weapon. I've got my knife on me. That's all I don't expect anything's gonna jump out and get me, or else I'd have never left. But you guys, you know this is a big deal for me. Yeah, when in doubt, get the hell out, for real. I'm not looking at the screen a whole lot because I can't see where I'm going. That was a heavy crunch, crackle. Did anybody hear it? I would be willing to bet when you can rewind and hear that. All right, these guys are getting ready to go into the back. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna hang here with you guys. And I appreciate everybody hanging out. Oh, okay, Miss Anita, thank you so much for coming in. You get to feeling better. Any sense of hairs on? Oh yeah, I've got chicken skin on my arm. I had it anyway. Hey, Mark. Hey, man. Mark, look, hey, down the road, 200 yards. That's as far as I was going. I wasn't going any further. I thought I'd heard something on the right. Just, it didn't sound like it could have been big, but it was big enough, right? So I get another 50 yards down, and I hear crunch, like a step. I mean, leaves cracking. I mean, it stopped me in my tracks. That's when I turned and came back. So if you guys want to go down there with the thermal, maybe. My heart is racing.
So, come on, Carrie. Come on.
All right. You want me to go with them?
Here, tell Richard exactly what the fucking.
Okay.
do.
A bunch.
Tell Richard's
Okay. I
gonna
don't think
be
a bunch
me.
of people need to go,
You're
man.
gonna be me. I'm coming with you, but Rich,
well,
you're gonna do me. So go ahead, man. Listen to what Carrie tells you. Go ahead. Do it. Just like you tell me, Carrie.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mark. I mean, we're just walking down the road. Hey, look, man, I don't want to go back. That's why I wanted you guys to go. All right, I'll go. I'll go. Man,
I'll hold him back.
see how they treat me? Like I'm not having issues here.
You're up there in their union.
Richard.
Yeah.
Make sure it's recording.
It's recording.
Okay, buddy. Leave it on recording the whole time.
All right, we got. Oh no, it's way further
Stop
than
for a
this.
second. Here.
You got something?
I'm just checking something. It looked like
Okay.
something moved, but I just want to make sure. Because we're walking and it makes these change.
Hey, look, you call me whatever you want. You call me a chicken shit. I don't care. This is.
Well, let me tell you something.
There's not a doubt in my mind that I don't think anything would jump out and get us. No. But when you're here like this, and the way my body reacts normally when I'm about to go in the woods, this is hard for me. It is.
I got something.
You got something? Holy shit.
I got something. It's moving to the left. I'm moving to the right, and it just keeps.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording. This thing is huge.
Just stay on it, man. You got something? All right, I told you.
I don't know what this is. I can't. Okay, this.
Richard's got him. He's got something. I'm telling you, I heard a step. This was step crunch in the leaves. No doubt. Heavy.
I don't know what this is.
Richard has a big heat signature. Any detail?
It's like it's just black, and it's
Black?
everything is green around everything. This thing is like
Everything green should be hot.
this is black. I mean, black as night. It's blacker than everything around it.
That's not a heat signature.
But it was moving, and I'm moving like over to my right. It just ducked down. Okay, now it's back up. Oh, now it just ducked down. I don't know what that is.
Dude, if it's ducking up and down, you just record it.
Yeah, I'm recording. I'm looking at the timer. Whatever it is, it's low. It's like bent over. It's like bent over.
Yeah, Craig, there's a big difference in being brave and being stupid. I don't think there's anything brave about this. It's kind of dumb. Just saying. But somebody has to do this. Yeah, son for you. Tell them it's my birthday. No doubt. I doubt they care.
Here's what I want to do. Is there? If you can reach down with your boot, so we can come back to this spot, and we can move further down the road, and then come back, and I'm gonna see if it's still there. That I don't know what that is.
I don't know if that. Okay, look, there's a piece of something right there on the side of the road. You see it?
No.
Okay, well,
It's in my eye.
I got us marked. And you want to go further down?
Sometimes it looks like heavy flowers, and then as I move, it moves down till it's just ahead. You know, just.
Do I need to call somebody down here with the other thermal?
Okay, it looks like it just like reached out.
Yeah, there's an airplane going over.
I don't know what it is.
I'm just replying to the chat here.
No, it looks like two of them. Two heads. And one just went down. And now it's back up.
Are you shitting me?
The one on the right went down and came right back up.
Just keep recording, man. Just stay on it. You gonna be
The
all
one
right
on
if
the
I
left
hit?
just went down. Yep. I don't know.
Are you gonna be good if I go back and get the other thermal?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, well, you're armed, so okay. I'm going back to get the other thermal.
Yeah, don't take your time about it.
Yeah, I'm hurrying, dude. It's unnerving. This is unnerving stuff. Hey, man, somebody get the other thermal. Mark, grab the other thermal, man. Okay. We got, there's something happening down here. Ed, tell him I'm the host of Florida's Got Talent, okay. I appreciate you guys keeping it light. This thing's bobbing up and down, Mark.
This thing just went down and now it's back up.
Oh, it's Matt.
I see two. I see two. Two distinct heads. I mean, I say heads. It could be round balls. I don't know. I'm just saying. Now the one on the left just completely disappeared.
Carrie, please get your armor. Oh no, I prayed. I got it.
Okay, they're both gone. But there's one just barely, like you say, he's like ducked down really low. And, oh, yeah, both of them again. Two of them. Did we mark the ground here?
There's
Somebody else look at this and tell me what they think.
there's a
I'm not. I lost it. I shouldn't have moved my head. Oh, there they are. Okay.
no. I really don't want to look at it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm positive. I'll get to see it in post when you.
It's darker than everything else. Is like a light dark. It's darker, but it's grayed. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is flat out black, sticking out like a sore thumb, black. And it's I'm telling you, it's moving. You're gonna see it moving. And it's just kind of moving back and
Oh,
forth,
don't say David.
up and
Don't say
down.
dog man. Come
Not
on,
dog.
man. David Martin. That's from Sasquatch Watchers.
Okay, I mean, it's nothing definitive because anybody's gonna call this whatever, unless this thing stands up and waves at me, which I personally don't want it to do at this moment.
Just make sure we got the record going.
Definitely moving. Definitely moving.
You guys are. I hope
can
you guys are
see
hearing
some
this.
kind of branch or something in front of it, and it went from right to left and then back again with that branch in the way. I want to mark this spot mark, or Carrie, and then go further down the road and come back and see if it's still there.
Okay, look, there's a piece of paper or something here.
I don't see anything.
It's a plastic bottle.
It's,
All right, plastic bottle.
I don't know what it is. You can't really get a size comparison to it, but it looks to me like if there's a person out there behind a boulder, but it could be a bush, you know what I mean? and it's just got its head propped up over it and then just watching. And then there's one to the left of it. His right. And it's, the weird thing is, it's perfectly round. It's a circle, but it could be just the distance, but it's round, and there's one to the left of it. And then occasionally they'll come up and look too.
Usually it's directly in front of you this way.
It's wherever this camera's pointing right now is not to tell you because I'm blinded if I move my eyes.
Forrest, are you the authorities?
And I'm running both eyes open to help.
This just suddenly died.
Are you? Oh yeah, it does that. It's that cord. If you just
It's the
touch it,
wires.
you just have to make sure the battery's on, and then
Uh,
there's a button for the battery down here on your thumb. If you turn it over, you can see. Yeah, it's on now. Now power. Okay, you got it.
That doesn't count. My eyes sweating. It's recorded a lot, at least 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, I was a lot further down when I heard the crunch.
Listen, I don't know distance on this thing, but I want to say it's 50 yards, 20 yards. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, we'll definitely be able to see it in post. If it's moving, we'll be able to see it when we get it in the editor, as long as nothing got zapped. There's another airplane flying directly over us. It was down here. There's a bush, like a bush outcropping down here, and it's like
What
10.
if it's really bright?
It's hot. You seeing something?
I'm walking right towards it. Really bright. It's in this palmetto.
Something bright in the palmetto.
Brighter than everything else. And it's right.
Big. Matt, you see anything there? Bright heat signature?
There's something really bright in the palmetto because I can see the palmettos clearly.
I'm having. I don't know what is going on with this right now. It looks like there's multiple screens on there.
I don't know if that's it. That's
No, that's just the reticle.
Is it working for you right now?
Oh, you gotta nuke it. Here, hold my phone.
Yep.
You just hold your hand in front of it and hit the power button one
I
time.
thought this was night vision, not infrared.
Okay. Yeah, you have to hold your hand over it and just hit the power button once.
Okay.
And it'll knock that screen out of there. Oh wait, that is something right there, isn't it? That's not something small. That's something big right there.
Yeah, guys.
Let me record. Hold on.
You point in the direction I was pointing, right?
Yeah, I'm right here with you. Look, right here, Mark. Come here.
No, let's see. I don't know. There's something over here, but I recorded something back here. Okay. I don't. Is this just night vision or infrared? No, it's phone. Okay, because whatever was back there, is this set where if whatever it is black? Because whatever this I saw was black. And it was moving. And it was
You seeing this, Mark? Come over here.
This is backing up what I said, Kerry. You know that, right?
Come right here, man.
You just said.
You see it?
No, yeah, I'm coming.
Right in there. I mean, right there.
A heat signature?
Yeah, big one. This, whatever it is not little. I'm recording it. It's not moving, but I can tell.
I'm gonna walk that direction.
You see it?
Let me get my clear.
I'm gonna shake the bush.
Wait, no.
Don't.
Yeah, just hang on, man.
I don't want you to do something that you don't have to, and then get hurt from doing it.
You see what I'm seeing here, Mark? It's right in front of us, man. It's 15 feet at that second tree, right beside it. It may be a rock.
Could be.
It's a big rock, whatever the hell it is.
And it's up on top?
It's right here, man. Go down. Look down. Down in front of us, right there.
What?
You don't see that?
Yeah.
What is that?
That is strange.
I thought I saw Head and Shoulders there for a second.
What? When was that?
When I first hit it
Are you shitting me?
earlier. No, I'm not.
So it could be tucked up.
Yeah,
Tucked up into a ball. It has an edge that honestly looks rough, like it's got fur.
It's got me nervous.
Okay, boys.
Richard, you
Now
wanna
you
go
got
do it?
me nervous.
Richard, you want to walk in there?
I at least want to go
I mean,
in a
I
little
can-
bit and make some noise. Like
Alright.
it's like, oh shit, somebody's walking in here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm just blind in one eye right now.
Understand?
It's got to be a rock, man.
It's not moving. We're about to walk right up on it. Okay. That might be. It's just my nervousness. It's right in front of you.
Yep.
To your left. To your left. To your left. No, come back.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Now to your right.
Straight ahead.
Yeah.
Rock.
It's a rock.
Big ass boulder.
All right. Not a booger.
You got to look at that.
Here you go.
that
Thank you, sir.
Of course, no problem.
you got to look at that.
Okay. It's a rock.
Back there, you got to check it out. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely look at that.
I'm not gonna call it anything, but it was just very. It's just stuck out like a sore thumb. It's just, I'm scanning everything.
Okay,
I see
look.
Everything's are shades of green.
There's an outcropping down here of trees, and I was about 10 feet past that when I heard the step. I will guarantee you, if you go back on the live, you'll be able to hear it. What?
Mark, about perfect hit.
What day?
Tensions are high, Kerry.
Yeah, I know mine are. But, well, it's a lot better with you guys here, I can tell you. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, right here. Right here, other side of this. All this talking and noise I'm making. It's probably the best thing. I want to catch one on camera for you guys. Cow. All shook up. Yeah, wild man, I'd say. A lot better than I was a minute ago when I was out here by myself. With no weapon other than my trusty knife. Anything? This is where the crunch was right here. I mean, I kind of took it as a message. And I'm sure that's all in my own head. Yeah, look, I'm going back to the truck.
We're gonna go for a hunt.
Okay.
All right.
You gonna bring them with?
I'm staying.
No, I'm saying you're coming with us.
No,
What do you mean?
I'm staying here, man. Y'all go do your thing. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get something around me while y'all are gone.
But this was supposed to be for you, man.
I know. You guys go and get epic stuff for us.
We'll do what we can.
The last night when I was out here and you guys left, I was by myself, something happened. So
Yeah, that's true.
I'll just get the old
Richard.
pistola. And someone said something about guns and not not saying the word gun or talking about, that's not a problem. It's YouTube and the algorithm and something that it listens for. And it's one thing is the term A.R..15. Take out the dots and you get it. The algorithm doesn't like that for some reason. Okay, back in the light. Those guys are getting ready to go hit the back. And I'm gonna stay here with you guys. I appreciate it. Mark, appreciate you guys doing this.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
What happened?
Nothing.
Well, hopefully
I'm gonna hang here, see if I can't get some.
be ashamed to walk all the way over there and nobody's home.
Right. Wow, that light is bright, man. Works.
All right, man.
Look, I might be a little bit hypersensitive, but I'm telling you, when I walked, how far is that? 200 yards?
Probably, yeah.
When I got to that outcropping of bushes,
You gonna use it?
sorry.
Guys, if we're gonna walk out there, I don't want
Not going. You don't want to use it?
Well, no, because then I'm gonna be able to see.
Who wants to use the thermal as we go? You'll have thermal.
I'll use
You
it.
can
I'll
record
use it.
while
Go ahead.
we're
Finish what
going.
you're saying, Gary.
Oh, well, I mean, I could.
I'll use it.
If we have an encounter, you be the one who recorded it for the team.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Watch that cord on the side. It'll turn it off. So try
Look,
to hold it from the back.
okay,
You got to that spot.
I might be a little bit
Still on,
jumpy.
good?
I might be a little bit jumpy, okay? When I was down there, that's about 200 yards, that outcropping, and I probably got 10 feet past it. There is not a doubt in my mind that that was something heavy stepping on the ground. It was crunch. It was something. It was like breaking palm frond. I guarantee you could hear it on here.
Multiple steps.
Just one step. That's all I heard. I heard that.
Stepped and froze.
I'll
That's.
ask you guys, man. You want to investigate it and surround the area and go in and lens it off, or do you want to head to the back and see if we can find a huge group in there? Something maybe.
That's why we're here,
I'm
man.
down for whatever.
That's why
You
we're
wanna
here.
go
I'm
there,
asking you
then
guys.
there?
What do you
That's
think?
why we're here.
I'm divorced. I can do whatever I want.
I say we look at Carrie's
You're all
area
right,
real
Rich. I don't
quick
care
and
what
try to
they say
lens it
about
out.
you.
Because, you know, I know what he's talking about. It's the old campground. There's a cut-in.
Just past the little road that goes in. Yeah.
That first cut-in, right? Where there's a...
There's an outcropping of bushes right there, just right on the edge, 10 feet past that.
Okay, let's take a look, guys.
Let's go in, Dad.
Awesome.
Everybody wants to be a gangster until it's time to do gangster.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Stuff.
Mike, is your silence
Yes.
I'm gonna be right here with the old Pistola and the Bigfoot Odyssey family, talking to you guys. See if I can't catch something going on around me here. If you tickle a cow, milk will come out its nose. I have to remember that.
Blacker than that. It's black. Standing up. It just stood out. It was black.
Jimmy.
As
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. Okay.
but it moved down,
I'll see if Jimmy will do a call.
and then it would move down, and then I could see.
I'm just staying here at the truck where it is, John.
In and out,
Like a peeper.
and then it would come back, and then the one would go down, then the boat would go
You
down.
recording?
I recorded the whole
Look, it could have been an alligator. I don't know.
you know, and I told
But it's a
him,
heavy step, and we know what the hell is out here.
You should take the silence. It turns day into night in color. Night into day.
The thing is, I was expecting to hear something.
It's the one that keeps it. It's the one that you're in cover too, right, Mikey?
Fear can be smelled. Yeah, hey, look. I don't know if you can classify it as fear. Extreme caution, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I walked down there. Thank you, Sandy.
Did you need me, Karen?
Yeah, you want to do a Jimmy Barr, loud one?
Yeah, which direction you want it? You want me to do it over there, or do you want me to do it that way, this coming towards you, or tell me where you want it, the stream?
He can do it from a distance, like he's calling you.
I'll tell you what, let's wait till you guys go down there and take a look at
So we
that.
don't run anything off?
Right, or whatever.
Call something in while you're left alone?
Do you want to be left alone?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna sit here while you guys do your
I
thing.
will do the mating call, and then
I'm not alone. There's 460 people here with me.
You hear it?
Yeah, I heard the bull.
Did you hear that?
That was a bull. Yeah.
I can do the Sasquatch mating call and then leave you.
Oh, I got bad news.
No?
I got really bad news.
SD card?
No, the battery that's charging is still charging.
Yeah, Bird, that's what I'm trying to do. But I did say, look, the only reason I'm even out here is because I said I would do it. I said I would come out here and do this. And I've been saying for 4 years, I'm not the guy to do this. So yeah, it is a big deal. For me, it may not mean a thing for anybody else.
You know, I don't remember.
Yeah, Brian, this place is creepy at night if you don't believe and think it's a joke. Absolutely.
This is like, yeah, this is like the ultimate.
This is definitely the Florida swamp. Swampy.
Yeah, it's color right there. It's pretty much daytime color. It's all, if you want a red hat blue, like it's color. Yeah,
I have to get with you to get info on that.
Yeah.
I'll get that instead of the,
I'm so pissed it's dead.
There's no tracks here, Joe. Not out in this area. You may be thinking we're somewhere else.
Right there. You're not going to see him, but clear, you're going to see him.
Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Spark up a fat one and relax, huh? Yeah, I know, right? Maybe one day I'll be able to do that.
You want a laser light to play with? It's pretty strong.
I was looking at one of these.
That's just what I need. Shine one in the eye with a laser light.
To blind him.
This is
These
160
actually
by
help you
120.
if
This is
you're with
56 by
if you two
190.
parties split up in the woods and one of you guys get lost. These laser lights
I
go
don't know.
all the way through the
I
tree.
don't know if it's worth it out
You
here.
can follow someone's laser to get back to them.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. My luck, I'll shine a Sasquatch in the eye and piss him off,
Right on.
and
Give
he'll come shine me in my eye.
Right?
Hey, but look, we'll have it on YouTube if he does that. So.
Give him a little LASIK eye surgery.
Right, right.
Lights or no light? What? Lights or no light?
Oh, yeah, no, no. There's a, you want to show you something.
Yeah, Sheila, Facebook and YouTube, they do. Hey, it's not so much gun as it is a particular gun, something they think is an assault weapon.
Oh my God, this still.
Oh, yeah, well,
That's a flash. That's a flashlight. That ain't a car light.
Show him what. Somebody's down there with a flashlight.
somebody's down there with a flashlight.
Sure are. I just saw that clear as day.
We got the laser. What?
I got it.
Carrie, you got it?
It's not a flashlight. There's a car, a motorcycle coming
Somebody
out.
shows up, you do not have
No,
your
it's going in
rifle
the
with a
sky.
laser.
It's going
They'll
up.
consider you hunting at that point.
Oh, really? Okay. They can consider whatever they want. I'm not going to do anything with this laser anyway. Miss Katie Scare, I can give you advice that's any good because I'm not doing what you're doing and don't see myself ever doing it. Yeah, I didn't see myself doing this ever either, Katie. But if you're in a situation, I already have cleared a new highway out. Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's different, I think, when you know they can be aggressive. I think that's probably what it is. And that's what I'm always expecting, is some kind of aggressive action. And I feel like I'm prepared for that. And that's why
Is there an issue?
I
Are we gonna go down here? We're gonna go down here. What are we doing? All right, well listen.
that's why I feel the way I feel. Just trying to be 100% transparent with you guys. This is what we're experiencing. This is how I'm feeling, what I'm doing here. You can tell I'm nervous. Can you not tell? My goodness. This might have been a bad idea. It got awfully quiet awfully quick, didn't it? Someone's phone's going on. Okay. That's Melanie trying to call Mark. I can't answer it. I'm sorry, Melanie, if you're watching. I can't answer the phone. There's, okay. Parabolic's still going. We've got night vision. Camera going right up here on the ledge, facing out into that bottom. Yeah, no doubt they're definitely masters of their environment, and it's probably a fool's mission what we're doing. But I know we can catch these things on camera clearly. I know we can. If they weren't here, it'd be different, but they are. They've been here. It's almost like they're always here.
We'll be back.
Okay. Papa Craig, am I being hit with infrasound? I don't know. Maybe. I don't. What's wrong, Mark?
What happened?
I don't know. I think you guys are trying to get a plan together and everybody's wanting to do their own thing.
No, we're going the same way.
Yeah, there's a bottle down there. I may do another walk just to see if it's me.
You want me to go with you?
No. Nope. I'd want to do this by myself.
Okay, well, everybody's leaving. There's not going to be anybody.
I'll be good. I'm
Got your QQ?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. This is my therapy. If I did not have all of you guys here, I don't think I would do it. But they're leaving. Same as last night. And I may walk back down there again just to see if creepy. Thank you, American Cryptids. It's been a pretty cool birthday, actually. Okay, that was something big in the water. That was big. It could be something very small, and it just being me. I get that. That's them. John, that was Wazowski doing the yell. Thank you, Chris. Brian Butler says, as long as the crickets keep chirping, we're all right. Hope you're right. I'm sure I'm fine. I'm positive of it. This is what I came here for, was to have some kind of interaction and record it while I'm recording. But I want it to be something that you guys can actually hear. Yeah, I mean, I didn't drive all the way down here. I don't keep driving all the way down here just to kind of sit around and talk and BS. I want to have some kind of experience and get it caught on camera. And I can't do that with a group of 5 people walking, you know, down to the to spot into the back of the woods with the thermal. as soon as I leave here, I'm gonna pack my stuff, take a nap, and drive back to Mississippi. So it's not like I'm just doing this. I mean, I'm doing it, I'm here. This is what I'm here for. All right, I'm just gonna shut up for a second and walk and hope you guys can hear over my voice if anything happens. Richard caught something, two things, on the thermal that were not hot. They were super cold, but moving, like bobbing up and down. See what that looks like when we get it in the editor. All the footage we got with the thermal so far, we've been able to see. So I wonder if the aluminum housing on that scope, oh, there's a red light in the woods. I don't know if you guys can see it. What in the world is that? Can you guys, hold on. I can't see it on here. I can see it with my eyes. I don't think it's any kind, it's like a light. I don't think it's any kind of eye shine. Jimmy might have put a recorder out. That might be what that is. Oh, wait a minute. That looked like it might have been an eye. I'm trying to turn this around. I don't know what you guys can or can't see. Something flashed right here. Like, not like a lightning bug flash. Like an eye, maybe a blink. I've got to be out of my mind. All right, I'm not going down there. Maybe in a minute. I got something that happened last night. We had the rock throw. I had whatever hit the palm fronds over there hard. And I mean, that's the only time, and we caught that on the parabolic too. I wish I had night vision on this thing. They're bluffing to see my reaction. Thought I just heard the rocks crunch, like a foot stepped on the road. Okay, the bushes just moved. No, Brian, this is the other way on the road coming in. They went down to the crossroads. I'm looking. I'm not gonna shoot anything unless it puts its hands on me. That's Jimmy Barr. No, that's not Jimmy Barr. Can you guys hear that? I'm at my truck, Lulu. That was deep. That sounded like somebody, but those guys are way down that way. This was, whew. Okay, that's a cow. Sorry for the spitting and the throat clearing. That was the bushes. Just to be clear, there is not a person on this planet that I would not rather face down than to be confronted with one of these things. This is the thing, and especially when you don't know. You're dead. That's the thought. These are my last moments. This thing is going to kill me. And it is not so much the thought of dying as it is how you would die at the hands of one of these things and probably never be seen again. Yeah, no, Katie, I just heard the bushes right over here. Again, that's why I kind of spun around real quick. You guys hear? You hear this? Those rocks? I heard that right up the road, maybe 100 feet or so. Like somebody stepped in the road, but I can't see up there. It's just pitch black. I don't want to turn my back. I don't want to turn my back there. They're around. They're around. Online shopper. Yeah, I hear you. You're probably right. But that doesn't, when you're here in the moment, thinking that nothing's going to happen to you, and I want, this is the thing, is I really want something to happen. That is why I'm here. But it's almost like someone's about to punch you in the face, and you know they're going to punch you, but you don't know when it's going to hit. What the hell was that? Okay. That was that was hard thump, maybe. It was right there. Did you guys hear like a hard, deep thump? I doubt you did. There ain't no way that was anything natural. You guys heard the thump. That's a cow. That's another weird. That was it again. Oh, shit. I hope you guys can hear this. That was pretty close. If I had a pack of cigarettes, I'd smoke every one of them right now. And I don't smoke. Only when I'm on fire. Usually. I don't know which way to face. You guys have got to be laughing. Flashlight will ward them off. I'm hoping to ward them off with some muzzle flash. Okay, Troy. I mean, Todd. Sorry. Do the talk. All right, see if we can get a reaction. Must be out of my mind. Okay. Oh, I just saw. I just saw the front of the front of Matt's car. I like to jump out of my damn boots. All right, here we go. Hey, hey, what? Oh, hey, ha, ha, ha. They say the eyes is the best known kill spot for both types of creatures. How would anybody know that, dude? Come on, man. Unless they've killed one. And if you've killed one and you're not showing us, that's something big in the water. That's something in the damn water right now. Right now. It may be a damn alligator, but that's not a fish hitting the top. Hey, get out of that damn water. What are you doing there? Oh, yeah. Okay, that was a frog, I think. Sounded kind of off though, didn't it? "30 feet from the water." Yeah, the light behind me is the moon. It's somewhere back there. It's behind the tree now. Yeah, there it is. That's the moon about to be gone completely down. That was a bull. Or a cow. Come on. Talk to me. You out there? Come on, let me hear you. I'm not gonna shoot unless you grab me. What am I doing? Am I stupid? I'm talking to the woods. I'm gonna have to put y'all down for half a second. My mouth is so dry. I drank about 8 bottles of water and haven't peed, if that tells you anything. I'm used to hot. I'm used to 120 degrees in the desert, but it's dry. Thanks, Troy. But this, when I walked out of Mark and Riley's house this morning, it was like 10 o'clock. It was just thick, heavy, hits you, humidity right in the face. It's relatively nice out here, but it takes some getting used to. I mean, I had to become acclimated to the West Texas hot. What? American Crew says, heard someone say they come out of trees. You know, if that's true, so be it. But I quit after that. If they can go inside trees and all that mystical things that seemingly repeal the laws of physics, whoa. I saw something for a second there. I could probably drive myself nuts. Doing this continuously. Thank you for that, Ed, Rick. Just my nerves. It's gonna be a long 10-hour drive home, and then 14-hour drive to West Texas from there, Monday or Tuesday. DSMO, love you guys too. Never had so much of a family as you guys. That was something in the water. But that wasn't like what I heard a minute ago. Something splashing around the water. Okay, that was right beside me. Come on, do it again. Hit that tree for me. Can you make a noise for me? I don't know what it is about being here with all of you guys that makes me feel better. Because you're not really here, are you? You'll be able to. If I get toted off, it'll be recorded. Anyway. But what is that? It's like going camping and getting in your tent thinking that you're safe inside this thin layer of vinyl. It is definitely a false sense of security, but I think I would rather be out here. I'd rather be out here with all of you live than in a tent somewhere. Something's a little bit more open out here. I can at least hear something coming to take me. And look, I hold no illusions about anything actually hurting me or taking me off. That's not it. I don't care who you are. You can think everything is going to be just fine when you are out here. And Captain Brian, Captain B, can back this up. When you're here and you know what's out here. You know what I mean? Yeah, Miss Leanne, I got you. I'm gonna get a power nap before I leave. My pickup is 1 year old. It's a 2021. I bought it in April of last year. Right after 168, I traded that truck in and picked that one up. It's got 48,000 something miles on it. in 1 year. I drive a lot. Long distance driving. I feel better about making it home than I do standing out here alone with 500 people. It baffles me that you guys want to watch stuff like that. I appreciate it. I really do. Okay, okay. That was right there. That sounded like palm frond moving or being moved. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Maybe so. I'd like to think that anybody that had the conviction and felt at least some sense of purpose in doing what you're doing, that you'd be out here doing it too. And look, this is what? There's a light. That's like a flashlight. You know, I sat around behind a computer screen for a very long time, keeping up with the subject, you know, finally putting ourselves out there, trying to create something. Get attention is really what we wanted to do, just get people's attention. Because we felt like we could actually do that. And I did that for long enough. I had thought about going out for like years. What would I do? How would I do it? You know, how would we go about trying to actually catch these things on camera? You know, and the Zaskies were getting as close as anybody I'd ever seen consistently. And it's just because of the place. Whoever that is, they're just sitting there. So I said, it's time. I've sat behind the screen long enough. Forget how you feel, whatever you think, and just go do it. And I gotta tell you, I would not go into the woods behind my house in the daytime. When I heard that knock out there, forget it. Didn't matter if I thought or knew anything was going to get me, or I was going to see anything or experience anything. My body would not let me go. But in doing this way, making myself go solo or stay here alone while everybody else leaves. It's what I had to do. It's what I felt like I needed to do. But I really wanted to have an interaction. I want it and record it. That's what I'm after. Some kind of interaction and catch it on camera. So, I mean, everything we've gotten, it is what it is. It's just gonna be hard to convince a hard skeptic. Not that we're trying to convince anybody. All you have to do is be aware. That's it. Yeah, you know, I'm not worried about haters, Peter. But I appreciate you saying that, you know. I did. Yeah, I quit a 6-figure job to do this. Because I can make all the money in the world and 10 years, I can look back and say, hey, you know what? I gave it a shot. I did try. But I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to quit. We're going to travel all over this country until we get what we're after. And we'll probably keep going after that. Oh, pretend like I'm asleep. EDC brain. I just saw a light in the trees, but that could have been that was weird. Yeah, I don't want to close my eyes, man. I'm actually getting to where I can see a little bit better. I think these lights are getting dim. One thing I did get here that I needed very much of was some sun. I got some color on my face. Zach, Mr. Carey is a unit. You trying to say I'm big? I was funny. Mark and Melanie were gonna give me a shirt to wear. And he's like, man, I don't know if I have any 3X. And I'm like, 3X? You think I'm 3X? You serious? He's like, well, aren't you? You're at least 2X. Not the point. I just thought that was funny. They thought I was that big. I'm not that big a person, y'all. I'm really not. As far as big people go, I'm just tall, I guess. And I weigh like 250, 252, I think. You know, that's not enormous. That's not 3X. I know I'm babbling and rambling. I can't help it. All right, we're about to push the envelope. I'm not playing around anymore. You hear me? Come on now, let's hear it. I know you're there. No sense in hiding. Come on. Maybe they're not there. Maybe they just can't understand me. And I'm being aggressive. Apples. I got an apple. Which way do I need to throw it? Who wants it? I'm gonna toss this. You guys tell me if you can hear it land. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with the spotlight here in a second, if I can find it. Oh wait, no, they didn't leave me a light. All I've got is the stupid laser. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I heard something right here. You want this apple? Let me know you're over there. Like they can understand me. Just give me a little tap. Anything. Rustle the bushes. I'll throw you this apple. guess I better throw it. Oh. Thank you. When that hit the ground, it made a thump. Frogs. They may be cutting up for a reason. And you know what's gonna happen? Online shopper, you know your stuff, huh? Okay. You know what's gonna happen is when I leave here, I swear I just thought I saw something move right over there by Jimmy's truck. Y'all hang on 1 second. Okay. Right over the berm. I had to relieve myself. Sorry. I'm sure you guys didn't need to know that, but while I was there, it kind of sounded like you want this? It kind of sounded like a step. Just make a noise for me. Tell me where to throw this. Where you want it. Oh, fuck. Holy shit, that was a couple of steps. Right over there. Do that again. You want this apple? Did you guys hear tapping? There's no way y'all could have heard that. Here you go. That was the water. I just got a bad feeling. Like a dreadful feeling. That doesn't mean anything. In my mind, there's 3 Sasquatch over the ridge there. So me having a bad feeling doesn't mean a damn thing. My heart is racing. Where the other guys, everyone else went down to the crossroads about a half mile and then went right to go into the back and therm. And I told them I was going to stay here with all of you, which realistically is just me staying here by myself. And if anything is watching me, they gotta wonder who in the hell I'm talking to. This guy's nuts out here talking to himself, talking into his hand. But if they know what a gun is, then they definitely heard me prepare one of mine. Okay. Swear I heard something come out into the road. It was up there a good ways. But that's that rock sound you hear. I heard it up there. You want an apple? Let me know you're there. I'll throw it to you. You gotta be kidding me. No, my stomach's not growling. Oh, that sounds like leaves crunch. If you're over there, let me know. Make a noise. I'll throw you an apple. You gotta do better than that. Come on, let me know you're out there. Just gonna throw you an apple. I had to try that, right? I'm trying to coerce them. As if they know what I'm saying. Could you imagine a human type being lives in the woods whose main objective is to not be detected? That's survival. Why would they give away their position to me because I have an apple? They'd have to be seriously addicted to apples. are highly confident that if they did give themselves away, I wouldn't overreact. How could they be sure of that too? So I guess I kind of understand if they're there watching. Probably have no, if they're there watching, I'm pretty sure something is. That, hope you guys heard that. I'm not just hearing things. There's dry palm frond all on the ground out here. You cannot take a step without hearing it, unless you're ninja-like proficient, like I believe these guys are. You know what? I'm gonna take a bite of it. Mmm. Sure is good. Where are you? I'll throw it to you. Which way? Bitter apple peel. Messing with that one. Okay, that was something big in the water. Something's moving right here in the water. Old Religion, Dystopia 2. I've been 15 feet from these boogers in 2 of my encounters, once in the day, once at dusk. Most frightening experience I ever had. It is. Well, I mean, what is it? First, it's the unknown, because you don't know what the hell it is. Second, it bears a strong resemblance to the freaking boogeyman that you grew up hearing about. A booger. That's why we call them boogers. So yeah, it's absolutely terrifying. Now I saw one of these things in the daytime, 8:30 in the morning. Beautiful sunny day. And when I saw it, obviously I thought it was somebody, one of the neighbors, but it was through the thick, right? 150 feet. It's a pretty good distance. And I could only see, I saw the face very clearly. Somebody. And then I waved at it. So at least in that moment, in that instant, and it could have been my brain telling me that this is somebody. Maybe I wasn't supposed to see him, you know? Maybe if I hadn't waved my holy fucking shit. I like to jump out of my damn skin. That was a big splash. Yeah, I know some people were saying that some audio interference last night. We were listening back and it's mosquitoes buzzing up close to the microphone. They're not bad right now. Peter Pantalone, if you've seen one of these beings, their size, sheer size alone, should bring a fear on you unlike any fear you've ever known. That's the thing, right? It wasn't really the size for me. That's Jimmy Barr. As soon as he did it, something big moved in the water over here. I'm 30 feet from the canal. No, there's no mullet here. This is fresh water. Yeah, Peter, that's the thing, is I could not have imagined anything as terrifying as what I had experienced that day. I don't think I could have. And there's a big part of me that really thinks the reason that's the main reason they keep these creatures under wraps is the real fear factor. Who would go back in the woods, really? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would just stop going. And that would probably be bad for the economy. I've only got one apple left, though, now to kind of hang on to. Oh, wait, nope, there's a whole nother bag. Never mind. They came prepared. These lights are getting dim. Holy Jesus. That was right there. It's like it's coming this way. Come on now, do something. You there? Let me hear you. Come on. You think more people would come out, Aaron? Maybe so. what I'd like to see is just people being aware enough that when they're in the woods and they're experiencing that strange thing, that could be a thought, that it could be one of these creatures. To me, we talked about this earlier, how many times where there was a cow, how many times had these guys been in the woods and just not noticed? That was kind of weird. And just not noticed these voice-like sounds or played them off. Yeah, John, David Pilatus research adds a whole other level of what in God's name. No doubt. And that's the thing about not knowing. These disappearances, how many of those make sense? Unless you add this creature. And what we think they could potentially be like, we know they can be aggressive. We know that there has to be this level of tolerance that you can breach to get them to react to you. I was around those things for 7 years. And I had all those weird things happen, right? But I never once thought that it could have been one of these creatures. Thought it was strange, bizarre. And I was a hunter, trained observer. Not very much got by me. And I was there all the time. 300 days a year, easily. Who I was then is not who I am now. Not by a long stretch. You probably would not have wanted to know me then. I definitely didn't want to know anybody. But they stayed away from me. Stayed off my radar that whole time. Now, the weird and strange things that I experienced obviously came back to me. Okay, Chris, fair enough. If you're hearing the static, I just remember listening back and people were reading through the chat and people talking about hearing static, and I know I heard a bug right then, a mosquito go up. So that's all I meant. Bob, your brain can't comprehend something that big in the woods that you thought you were the king of those woods. That's the thing, isn't it? Oh, that's one of the things. I keep saying that's the thing. There's so many things. That's the thing, is this is such a complex issue. And we're going to have to get more complex with our tactics. We can know all day long that these guys are out here. They're still too good. They stay away too well. Now, we have the long-range equipment for the daytime. I think that's going to shine a whole new light on what we're able to show you guys. And that's all we want to do. That's it. I hear him coming back. Yeah, Tony, you may be right. They could be just blasting us with EMF, who knows? That's one of their tactics. Apparently, it's one of the things they do. And I don't know if they've got boxes set out here that just do EMP, electromagnetic pulse, to knock what you've got out. Because everything's digital nowadays, right? Or if it's something directed. I find it hard to believe that there's somebody out here aiming some kind of something at us to mess with our equipment. And maybe there's not even maybe there's a craft that's been seen out here twice, but the only way they were able to see it was through military grade night vision that Scotty had brought. Because they couldn't see it through the camera night vision. Man, that sounded close right there. It's probably nothing, right? That's another thing. You can tell yourself all you want that, hey, that's probably nothing. When in reality, you know that it definitely could be something. All right, the guys are coming back. We're gonna, I guess we'll hear what they came up with and maybe pack it in. John, you think they got devices hidden out? Maybe so. It could be. We found a strange box over in Area 4 one day with a lock on it. There was not a camera, just a box. About a 1.5 by 1.5 square metal box on a post in a small, cleared out area. It was just there.
Yeah, that was interesting.
There's the guys, so.
Got one of the loudest growls, yells, whatever I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah, it was right when we got to Four Corners and we went to separate. Me and Matt maybe got 10, 15, 20 yards in, and all of a sudden it was just this loud, you know, and it was loud. And I was like, up to Matt, and I was like,
You don't have to mimic it exactly, you know.
oh, I couldn't. Matt's looking at me and he's like, he heard it too, and luckily he thinks he got it on the thermal recording, but not thermal picture.
Well, I could have sworn I heard like something step into the rocks over here. Yeah, just right up the road earlier. And then something big moved in the water. I mean, this was not a fish hitting the top. This was big. And I threw a couple of apples and there were several things. It sounded like something hit the palm fronds lightly, but like coming down the hill.
My recorder's over there.
Your recorder's over there, and you probably recorded it then. I saw that red light, and it kind of stopped me in my tracks for a second earlier.
Oh man, we went bushwhacking after that thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good.
Me, Jim, and Mark went in while they were sitting with the thermal on.
Any decent thermal hits?
Matt picked up
Matt was
something.
videoing something for a
He says it has an arm. It's a side profile.
He said he saw a straight up arm and side profile sticking out from behind the tree.
Something's blocking
He was on it for
Speak up, man.
like this. Its arm out, pad shape, but something is blocking this part of it. And it's slow. It was up like this at first, with no arm out. Went like this.
You got it recorded?
Like this,
Yes. We both.
and then went like
I had
this.
the other thermal. He had that one.
Completely behind it. Gone.
The icing on the cake, though, is the audio, obviously.
The audio's on here too.
Everything's on there. I mean, you know, to have that happen less than a minute and a half after I told everybody, shh, there's a 12-foot monster over here 50% of the time, is pretty
Right.
fucking cool.
He tells that when we get down there.
Hey, look, you know there's some big gator out here.
Yeah.
There's at least one big gator out here.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
In my mind that you told me that happened. Congratulations.
well, hey, look,
don't congratulate me. I just
at
heard
the
it
very
being
least for
recorded.
this
These
trip,
guys-
we're gonna have some, we haven't reviewed everything, but we're gonna have some really good thermal for you guys. That what Mark got that first night with that face right there, 10 feet from me, chilling. It really is.
The ranchers just came halfway up this way while we were walking up.
Really, somebody came down
Turned
here.
around before they even got here and went back the other way. Now all you can see is their brake lights. They're
Yes.
facing the other way.
I saw a headlight up here. Well, I don't know if it was a headlight. It was one light, but it was all the way at the end up there where the curve is earlier. All right, all right.
Then we got that what I shot down on the road.
Mhm.
You ever saw the one where the guy did the thermal with the Snickers bar and the thing came up and you just see the dome of the head, the
Mike
thing
Green.
in the shoulders? It's gonna resemble that, except picture everything green and that's black.
Nice. Yeah, that was Mike Greeny. He charged $20 to watch that footage. I paid it too. Yeah,
He filmed that a long time ago.
well worth it. Hey,
Smells like ass over here. Who did it?
thanks everybody for the thumbs up, and very much appreciate all the birthday wishes. We're gonna pack it in. I'm gonna go back, get all my stuff packed up, get a nap, and head back home. But we got a lot of footage, a lot of stuff to go through. It's gonna be a few weeks, but we'll have something good to show you guys. I'll be putting their Odyssey together. I started pulling stuff into the timeline last week. That's gonna be good. The interview with Melanie Zaski is incredible what you guys are gonna get to hear that whole story of what they went through, and Mark and I go into the places and showing where things happened and showing a lot of their older evidence. When you guys see that thing stand up behind him, you'll have no doubt. There will be no doubt. When you see that grimace, that face, and then he just goes back down again. Incredible. Four-wheeler, I heard it. Just cranked up. But thank you guys so much for showing up here with us for these 3 nights. We'll probably be back. Daniela will be back Sunday with her show. I doubt I'm show up for that, but thank you, Mark.
Thanks for
everything.
watching, guys.
And
Very interesting evening.
we'll put it together for you guys and put it on a video. So, all right, much love. Thank you guys so much.